Thank you so much for being here. I want to ask you this. Would you like to step into your true power, your divine inner power? And would you like to be a leader in your life? Well, if you are, then this live is definitely for you. I have a special guest on the show tonight. She's actually living from Lepanto, 3 hours away from Athens, all the way from Greece. So we're actually going to be living, splitting screen together. But she's all the way in Greece and she's spared her busy time to be here with you tonight. So I am very excited for those of you who are here and who are on the call. And before we get there, I just want to really acknowledge you and thank you for being here. I really believe that 80% of your dreams, 80% of whatever it is that you want to bring into your life, that you want to anchor into your life, whether it's happiness, fulfillment, love, it's already happening right now just because you showed up for yourself. The other 20% is really you just bringing whatever it is that Agapi shared on this call and applying that into your daily life consistently. Now, the reason I call this show Live with Love is because it's really what it's all about. I am really inspired by helping people to live with love. And that's why last year I decided that, I don't know it all. I actually want to invite people in, people who actually knows, people who actually are the thought leader to share their own expertise so you can grab that like bite-sized wisdom and start applying that to your own life. I know that some of you are rewatching this tomorrow or days after. This is here for you forever. So stay tuned and stay on the call. Stay throughout the live because at the end of the show, Agapi is guiding you into some very special technique, a mini process, and we also have a gift for you. So I'm very excited for you. I know that for those of you who are here, who has been here, you know that I only invite like the people that I've also gotten like my own breakthrough from. So without a further ado, I actually want to introduce Agapi for a moment so that you know who she is. So I met Agapi. I've heard of Agapi many years ago from Victor because they both were in Nepal together. Victor was there doing Reiki. Agapi was there doing Akashic Records reading. And last year, Victor had an opportunity to host beautiful, beautiful workshops for Agapi. And that's when I decided, even before she arrived to Thailand, that I want to try a session with her and see how that was. So when I tried a session with her, I got to tell you, it was mind blowing because I was at that tipping point where I couldn't grow any further. And it had a lot to do with my own self-worth and stepping into my inner power. And Agapi really, really helped me to overcome that. And she gave me this powerful ritual that I had to do every day for 30 days. And so I followed through that homework. Not only did my self-worth increase, but also my level of income, my level of confidence. I probably won't be in front of the camera if it wasn't for that session. So that session really helped me to kind of like, carve myself into this amethyst. Okay, amethyst is one of my favorite crystals. It kind of carved me into that amethyst. And Agapi is an international spiritual teacher who traveled around the world, and she's really touched lives of thousands, if not tens of thousands. And her ideal result is that she wants to help you to be free and be happy. So if you're not already excited, you should be, because I am. So I'm going to bring Agapi right up onto the screen. But before I do that, I want to remind you to please do us a favor and share this feed on your wall. Engage with us. Ask us questions, because this is your time to really get the best and get the most out of Agapi and out of this show. So ask us questions, comments, that we know you are here and we can interact and connect with your energy, okay? I'm going to bring the beautiful Agapi up now onto the screen. I'm very excited. Hello, hello. Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you, Sabina. Thank you for inviting me.
It's
and actually,
really
there's something that I haven't said that to you, but I don't know how you do this, but I think you have a special gift.
Thank you.
About what you do. I don't know if it is your sweetness or your spontaneity, but I love coming in a conversation with you because you make me feel so comfortable and I feel so good with you that it's really, I really enjoy it. So thank you.
I really embrace that compliment because I just acknowledge, thank you, Agapi. I just realized something. I was reading a book and I was telling Rachel, my friend, like last week, that I just realized that in that book, it puts you into a 5 category of pets. And apparently, I'm a golden retriever.
Oh.
And a golden retriever is the one that makes people feel very comfortable and very happy. So I'm glad that you picked up on that energy. So thank you.
Thank you.
Agapi, you have been hosting three beautiful workshops with us with DNA Bliss. And you were just here in March and everything has truly changed, right? Like we were just together at the Mind, Body, and Spirit Fair. Your session was fully booked. Like you were so busy those 3 weeks that you were here in Thailand, and the energy completely shifted when you left. So I know that the time when we had that intense lockdown was really the time for people to come within and to connect to their inner power. And I know that you're a spiritual teacher who talks about that. So I would like to really kind of craft the direction of this show to be all about the inner power and how people can connect to that inner power and the leader within. So I would like to start off with the first question. Do you think that's a good time?
Yeah, I think it's a good time.
Okay. So I want to know from your opinion, what is inner power for you? What does that mean?
Yeah, it's for me because it's a totally it's my point of view, no? Because power for many people can be money, can be authority, can be manipulation, anything. But for me, real power, I would say that there are two things. One is full on presence, 100% presence inside the body in the moment of now. And the best way to express that power, and let's say the house of power, is the state of vibration of love. That is for me real power, because the state of love, and I would say the state of love and not the state of unconditional love, because for me love is one. There is no love with conditions. If it is, it's not love if it is with conditions. So love, it is a state of being. It's not a feeling, it's not an emotion. Even when we say I love you, it doesn't have a real sense. Love is just a state of being, a specific vibration. So when someone reaches that vibration, then actually that person reaches the vibration of God, but reaches the vibration of the divine. And it's when you reach that vibration inside a human's body is the ultimate vibration that you can reach on this planet inside the human's body. So this is the real state of power. Even though exists, as I said before, there is the other power that exists, that it is the power of the mind, and it is an illusion, I would say, because the mind has many ways to show the power, no? And it can be, as I said before, like the authority stepping on top of others, trying to harm, trying to win, competition. But this is an illusion. This is not a power. Because it's also what I said before, presence. Only when you are 100% inside your body is when you have your real power. If you're not in your body, you are in your mind, then anything can access your power, your body, sorry. So where is it, your power? There is no power there. And I'm talking about anything can access your emotional body, your energetic body. So
Yes.
And you can see that in many kinds of martial arts. I mean, if you really want to be good in martial arts, you need to be 100% present inside your body. That it's also the best expression, let's say, of the masculine power.
I like that. Okay.
But we both have it, no? Women,
Yes.
we both have it. We have presence, we have love. And without presence, you cannot reach love. It's a very
Yes, but I
important.
really believe that the power of presence is really important, especially like right now where we're so digitally connected, especially the last 4 months. it's almost as if it's kind of bringing us back to be in that power presence. And, can we release our own addictions
Exactly.
even when we're in this midst of chaos? So I think it's what you said is really, really on point. So why is it important as humans for us to connect to inner power? And I suppose, especially for women, why is it important for women to also connect to inner power?
Mm-hmm. Well, it is important and it's not. It depends on the person. There are people who do not care so much to live in their power. They prefer follow what is happening outside. They prefer not residing in their body in the present moment. So they're just following. And these people, they are always, they can be the victims or they can be the bad guys. They can end up of having a bad quality of life. They can get sick. So depending on what kind of life you want to live, what quality of life you want to live. So if you want to live a high vibration life, a good quality of life, then it is quite important to step in your power. So it's up to you, no? It's up to the people to decide, because now talking about the world of self development, for example, we can find many people who are in the world of self development and they're trying to step in the real power, but very, very few of them manage to do it because there is so much misinformation. There's so much information that is not correct and it's not total and complete that leads to people to a fake power and into more spiritual ego power.
Can you share more about that? What does that mean? And can
Mhm.
we dive a little bit deeper since we
Yeah,
have time?
yeah. This is, I think, it's important. Um, so for me, the best way for someone to accomplish a good spiritual work, or at least a better way to say it is a good self development work, is by accessing all the aspects of self. That means the physical, that it is the physical body, that it is what we eat, how we use our body, if we move our body, if we don't move our body, uh, the emotional, that it is our emotions, and also here it goes the inner child traumas and all this information that we have inherited from our family tree, because the emotional body is full of suppressed emotions that we carry inside of us from our childhood. And some of them we even inherit from our family tree and at the same time touch the energetic body. That means all these energetic cords that we have with other beings, maybe entities that we carry in our energetic body, programs of the
Mm.
matrix that we carry in the energetic body. So I find many people, for example, I find people that suddenly they become vegan, but they don't work with their inner child, they don't work with the energetic body. And then other people who just go to a psychotherapist and they don't care about the physical body, or they don't care about the sexuality, that it's also very important, and they don't care about the energetic body. And
Mm.
others who do a lot of shamanic work with the energetic body and they do not touch the other aspects. So all this
Yes.
creates a huge imbalance in the
Mm.
work that can even be dangerous for also the personality of the person. It can create a
Yes.
huge, it can create instability in the emotions or
Mm.
in the energetic body or in the physical. So it's extremely
Okay.
important to touch all of the aspects.
I love this. When you don't work holistically, you create instability, and
Yes,
it can be dangerous for the personality as well, right?
yes. You know, I
I'm
see
gonna
many
type
people,
in.
for
Mm.
example, I find in my sessions many times, I find women that they come and they say, I am in this self development process. I have been working a lot with myself. Um, but I don't have money, for example.
Yes.
For me, the external reality, it depends on us. We are the creators of our reality. If you don't have money in your life, it's because you do something subconsciously and you create this reality.
This is
And
so true.
so this means that there is an
I know how
aspect
that
of
feels.
yourself that
That
you
was
didn't touch.
me. That was me in the past. No, right before the call, I just wanted to kind of keep everyone posted as well. Right before the call, Agapi came at like we met like at 8:34 or something like that, and Agapi was asking me how I am, and I said like actually I've been really emotional the past week because of the news that I was reading. I don't indulge in news, but I'm very sensitive. So anything instant, I can, feel the energy and I'm like, oh, it's killing me. So
Oh.
anyway, I was reading about George Floyd, and it brings up a lot of emotions about my own past, about how I was born in Thailand, but I was never truly accepted for who I was. People used to call me smelly Indians when I was young. And so there was a lot of these traumatic experience that has happened, which I've already worked through. But I realized that because it came up, the reason I'm sharing this with you, the audience, is because the reason I've been working on myself for 8 years, and this still comes up. It's almost as if like there's still some aspect of that inner child that I needed to go back and heal. So I found out that it's because I have been so reluctant to share my posts in Thai. I've been very quiet, and I didn't realize why. I just thought, maybe it's not my niche. My niche can speak English. They're quite responsive, and I've been getting enough clients, so I didn't see a problem. And when I went to investigate myself today, that's when I realized that the reason I was so reluctant to share things in Thai was because of those memories where I was being called that I was not good enough. And that's why I really want to reaffirm what like Agapi is sharing right now, which is when, even if you might have worked with yourself for so long and you're coaching for 10 years, there might still need to be healing that needs to be done, right?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I have been working my mom and dad for the last more than 16 years, and I still need to work them.
Yeah.
It is a
Yeah.
work, of course, it is changing, but if you think that you reached a moment that you are already enlightened and you don't need to work anymore, then you have to check
No,
something.
exactly. And I was really in that phase where I was like, okay, I had this thing that came up last week. I thought that was the only one thing. And then, like, another thing just dropped over the weekend. And I was like, oh, my heart is heavy. But anyway, I shared this beautiful post in Thai for the first time after like a long time.
Beautiful.
And I really needed to speak about what I've been through. So I mean, the reason I'm sharing this and the reason I'm really citing Agapi on this one is that the inner child work, it's never ending, right? Like the healing, if Agapi's been doing this for 16 years, there's always different aspect like in a movie. And I know you love the movie kind of reflection. Maybe you can share a little bit about that paragraph, that beautiful paragraph.
It's like wait, I had something in my mind I wanted to share. Yeah, there's something also very important, because the people who are in this self-development process, sometimes they get obsessed, and then perfectionism comes in, and then self-demanding comes in, and then it's like, oh my God, you wake up in the morning and you say, oh, I have to work myself, and today I have to work my inner child, and I have to do that, I have to do that. And then it starts becoming a nightmare. So I strongly recommend that if you are in this journey, that it's a long journey, it's extremely important that you have time to also enjoy the present moment, enjoy where you are now. Also celebrate what you have accomplished in this journey. I always give a small gift to myself, saying, we worked that. Okay, so let's go and have a beer today and celebrate it. So, or a beer or whatever. So it's extremely important that people do not fall in this trap.
It's so true. So
that
true.
obsession of their self-development.
Yes. And especially I needed that reminder because sometimes I have so much fire. It's like I am going all out, So definitely I always celebrate and finding that balance, and thanks to
Yeah.
everyone around me who kind of like, pushed me like, yes, Rachel says be kind to yourself. Rachel, it's so nice to see you. And Agapi, say hi. Rachel is here with us. I can't see who the other five people are, but it's very nice to see you. And of course, if you're watching from Agapi's Facebook page, she'll be able to reply to you later. Okay. So if you want to ask her live comments, you can ask it now on Journey to Love. But Agapi, that's beautiful. It's so important to celebrate and to acknowledge how far you've come. I
The
think,
best way I could use a metaphor. I love metaphors for
yes.
this journey. It's a bit like Odyssey. It's like you enter in a boat and you're going towards the island of love, that it is the vibration of love, no? And on that boat, on your journey, you're going to find a lot of garbages around. So what you really need to do is just clean the garbages, take them out of your way. They're not only garbages, there are also so many diamonds, many beautiful stones. So you collect the stones, but you clean the garbages. And then one day you will reach the island of love. Definitely, because this is who we really are. This is a real essence inside of us. But we need to start cleaning. We are like an onion full of layers, no? So we need to start cleaning till we get to our core, and this is our power.
I totally love that. I love that like metaphor because I really feel, we have so much in common in the sense where we love to help people to be free, to be happy, to be loved. And that's why, like this show is called Live with Love. Everyone who comes on the show spread their own seeds about love. And I'm so happy that like the audience hear your voice and your meaning. So I wrote here as well, clean the garbage in your life, acknowledge the diamond and collect them. So I hope everyone can do that. So Agapi, what can, for many people, they are really trying to step into their true power. And very often, it might come off from anger, it might be coming off from resentment, or it might be coming off from all these different places. But it sounds to me like from the very beginning of our conversation up till now is that in your, the final destination is already here and that we are all love. So, how can the people at home right now begin the process of even stepping into that inner power?
Hmm.
What is your advice for them?
So, first of all, I believe that this is actually where all humanity is right now. All humanity is a kind of adjusting and stepping slowly in the real power. We are leaving the power of the ego that was more represented by the third chakra, and we are entering more in the power of love that is more in our heart chakra. But I would say steps that could help people individually would be, first step would be they need to take the decision to drop power. They need to take the decision to be able to lose. This is the first step,
So,
because
meaning making a decision, right? Making a clear decision that you want to do this.
yeah, it's the first step is you decide to let the ego lose. When the
Yes.
ego
Okay.
loses, then the spirit takes the lead, and then you're
Mm.
entering in your real power. And this is easy to say, but it's so difficult and it's
Oh, I
so
know.
painful. you know
When the
so
ego
yeah,
loses, the
it's very
spirit
easy
takes
sometimes
the
to
lead.
speak like gurus and say, "Ah, it's so beautiful," and blah blah blah. But no, but it's extremely, it's difficult. It's
No,
because
yeah.
we grow up with this. We grow up with this fake illusion of what is power. And
Yes.
then one day someone says, this is not real power, and you have to lose that. And you have been, it's like all your life is around that
Yeah.
fake of power. So it's a huge death.
Yes.
So the
And
first step
first
is
step is
die.
they need to make a decision, right? Let the ego lose. When the ego loses, the spirit takes the lead. I really love this one.
You know, the ego, actually, it is beautiful. I love the ego. I love the different masks of the ego, the different costumes of the ego, but only when they're used by the spirit. The ego is,
Mm,
we all need ego in order to live on this planet. But, and actually, ego, it's like archetypes, the archetypes that the spirit can use for different expressions in this life. And this is beautiful. It's very beautiful, this theater that the spirit can play on the earth. But when we are not aware that we are gods on this planet, and we think that there is a God outside of us, then the real problem starts, because
mm,
then we do not live in our power. And so,
yeah.
first step, decide that you totally have to surrender to your inner, real, divine power. And then, second step, start the journey. So, start the
Wait, I
journey
want to
means, yes,
finish typing this.
yes,
So
okay, go
when we are not aware that there is God inside of us, that's where we lose our power, right?
Yeah, this is the biggest lie that they have told
Yes.
us. This is the biggest lie that many religions told us, society. It's the biggest lie that we grew up, that God is somewhere outside of us. And even the worse lie is that God is a man, an old man who punishes us. My God, that makes the humanity the way we are. So this is the first program that we really need to delete from the deepest core of our DNA, big time.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot do other type of self-development work and keep this program inside of you.
Okay, the
And
second step is
so,
start the
second
journey.
step, start the journey. Start the journey of knowing who you are. And when I say knowing who you are, it doesn't mean that you know only the diamonds, the amethyst, the pink quartz inside of you. Start the journey knowing the garbage, knowing what it is in your shadow and you do not want to see. Start knowing how much you hate others, how much you hate your mom, how much you hate your dad, how much you're jealous, how much you want to kill other people, whatever. Start knowing the worst part of yourself. Permit. I think the best word to place as a second step is permit the shadow to come to the light, because this is the shadow. I mean, this is our inner devil. It's nothing else, the devil. We are all angels and devils. The devil is just a part of us that we do not want to see. It is at the backstage, and it is working through our subconscious, and actually is leading all our life.
That's powerful. Very,
Yeah,
very powerful. So, for anyone who's listening to this right now, this is very powerful because it's also like kind of showing you that sometimes we have all of these programs and we don't know that it's real and we think that it's real and we think that's light. So, it's very nice for us to kind of become aware of that program and allow the shadow to come to light so that we can work through those garbage.
exactly. And sometimes this is also difficult, because in this shadow there are so many monsters that when we see them, it's like, oh my God, unbelievable. It's impossible that I am that monster, no? But yes, you are, I am. And then the other step comes, that it's even more difficult to accept that monster, embrace it, and love it. And it is the moment when this monster transforms into a higher vibration.
Mm.
So this is the journey mainly, because all these garbages that I said in the beginning that you're going to find in your way, it's easy. They're a combination of memories of the past plus suppressed emotion. Of course, I'm talking very general. There are many other things, but this is the main thing. So when you enter there, sometimes the memory comes out. That means, oh, I remember when I was a child, that trauma happened. But then there is the suppressed emotion that if you do not release it, it's going to stay there. It's
Oh,
going to,
totally. That's
yes.
why, like the past weekend, I really had to work through all of that, like, the racism that happened in the past, and I thought I dealt with it. So
Mm-hmm.
I totally agree because once the memory come, it clicks, then the suppressed emotions come, then, you start to investigate if you allow yourself to go deeper, like what Agapi said, of
Exactly.
course.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's not so, I mean, the memory is good to come, but it's not so important the memory, but it is important the emotion to be released. If not,
Absolutely.
this emotion that is a very low vibration energy is going to attract into your life the same vibration, the same low vibration. And this is how we create our reality. Our reality is just the mirror of our shadow, of whatever we have in our subconscious, nothing else. It's everything is vibration.
I love this one. Our reality is just a mirror of our subconscious, of our shadow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Our reality is just a mirror of our shadow.
And it's
Perfect.
extremely, and also it's very important not to forget the energetic body. It is, I mean, I see people who clean their physical body, who go into big detox, very good. They also, some of them do an emotional detox. But the energetic body is extremely important. We have entities that can suck the energy of the others, and they play a huge, unhealthy game that if we are not aware of it, then it can be really dangerous also, because they also create our reality. So energetic body, emotional body, physical body, we really need to give the same attention to three of them.
Yes. Then it kind of creates this beautiful balance of like a triangle. So it's
Mm-hmm.
perfect. Yeah. Is there anything else, Agapi? Last week, actually, let's go back to last week. So last week we were chatting about this week's life. And then you were talking about like, how extremely important, since we're kind of, we have like, 20 more minutes. So you spoke about how important it is to heal the inner child. And I think you've already gotten there. Um, because when you want to live a better life, to have a better quality of life, we need to heal that part inside of us so that our own inner energy becomes aligned so that our reality changes.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you have anything else to share, or maybe a mini process that you want to guide us into for the time that we have together?
Mm-hmm. Well, first of all, I also want to add that it's extremely important the family tree. We really have
Mm,
to touch the family tree, because, for example, in your case, no, maybe what you lived was your thing, but maybe it was also what ancestors lived and you have inherited. It's sometimes we live something that we think it's our trauma, but maybe it's our trauma is that little, and what we
yes,
carry from the ancestors is this, so,
yes.
and then we work that and we say, why is it still there? What else
Oh,
do I
I know.
have to
Yeah.
do? So it's very important to clean also the family. I mean, for me, one of the best therapies for that is family constellation. I love it.
Yes. And Agapi, what you're sharing right now is very relevant because, in the United States, like people are burning places. And I think it's not because of one man's pain. It's because this pain has been going on for centuries and centuries. And so as a collective, everyone is kind of like so heavy and they're reliving that past and they just can't take it anymore. And I totally agree that investigating a family tree is so important because when I reflect back on how affected I am the past couple of weeks, especially, is some of the things I'm carrying is definitely not mine. And so for the listeners who are home, sometimes we can be so hard on ourselves, thinking that, it must be me. It's because I
Mhm.
didn't speak nicely. It's because I never change. It's because of this and that. But sometimes it's something that we have inherited. So I really want you to take what Agapi shared like seriously. Mm. So I'm gonna type
So,
this in.
okay.
Family
Uh,
tree. Anything else you want to add about that?
no, I think, yeah, one more thing that could be authenticity and being honest.
Yes.
It's number one. As I see so many people saying, "Oh, I am in my self-development process. I'm doing that. I'm doing that," but many of them are not honest to their, not to me, but not to others, but to themselves.
Mm.
So, and maybe, now it's all about also too much in fashion. All this, we are the new hippies of 2020. There are people that maybe they're not really interested in doing this work and they just do it because it's fashion. And I find it so stupid. If you don't want to do the work, don't do it. You don't have to do it. Just when you enter in the journey, be authentic and honest. If not,
Mm,
it's better not to spend your money, your energy, your time in something that it really, I mean, it's, sometimes people do it just to convince themselves that, I'm doing something to help myself, but it's not real. So
mm,
they're losing their time.
yes. I just typed this in as well. I feel like it's really, really important.
Hmm.
And it's like exactly what you share that, sometimes, Rachel said that's why I got on this call to hear about authenticity again. Yes. Yes. So what I was about to share is that it's exactly like what Agapi said, that sometimes with the self-development work, when you're diving deep, it's not at all pretty. It's
Hmm.
really, and it takes a lot of courage for you to see the darkness, but through seeing that darkness, through accepting that darkness, through loving the monster within you, that's where you can truly transform into a higher vibration. And so I say, like, don't hide away from the pain. At least that's how I feel, especially the last couple of weeks of my own journey, where there's one thing, then another thing, then another thing. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to hide away. I'm really going to dive deep. And Agapi has been doing this, her own self work, for 16 years. So this is just inviting us to acknowledge that it's a journey.
But you know what is the best part of the journey? That when you dive in this pain, that it's not suffering, it is pain. It's totally different. If you have the courage to really dive in, the best part is on the other side of the pain. That
Yes,
you end up in this beautiful, calm, clean, pure love lake. And when you enter there is when you say, oh yeah, this it is worth to dive in that. Because then you realize how precious is the journey.
it is. It is. I love this. I love this. And Agapi, when you shared about, like, it's really important to be authentic and be honest, and to kind of, like, at first it doesn't look pretty, but when you dive deep and you come out the other side, it's like, and you really feel so different. It's like you're rebirthing. That's how I
Exactly.
feel. It's a
Exactly.
new birth.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
in this rebirthing, sometimes you need to betray a lot. You need to betray programs, beliefs.
Mm.
You need to betray maybe the whole society, your religion, your it's there are many parts that it feels that you betray something, and sometimes you can even feel guilty that you stop doing what your mommy said that you have to do, or your religion or whatever. But then I mean, this is what it is about, to be free. No, if you really want to be free, you need to start living your life for yourself and not for others.
And it's very important to also live in truth and see in truth. And I feel like, if there's anything about 2020 that is teaching us, it's to
Oof.
also acknowledge truth, right? Is that coming up for you as well? I don't know. I'm just feeling like
Well,
that's the energy.
yes and no. What I have been sharing with people since 2018, it's that we were about to step in a world that is going to be divided in two worlds: the world of fear and the world of love. And whoever was prepared then was going to be very easy to just step in the world of love. And this is actually what is happening right now.
It
We are being
is.
divided in two. There are
Mm.
countries, there are cities that they're under huge detoxification. I find what is happening from my point of view is the earth saying, hey, that's it. No more crap. Now I take the lead, and whatever has to be cleaned, it has to be cleaned. And you just take the decision where you want to be. And according where you want to be, this is the life that you're going to create. So if you decide to be in the vibration of fear, more fear you will have, because the energy is going to be every day more and more potent. If you decide
Mm.
to be the vibration of love, well, this is what you're going to have. We
Okay.
are, it's like the humanity is stepping in the realization that we are the creators. So if you are the creator, you cannot hide yourself anymore behind the victim, the mask of the victim. So just decide, and go for it.
I love this. Agapi, do you have any process that you want to share to people right now so that they can do while they're live with us?
Okay, so you a small meditation, let's say, something
Can,
like
yeah,
that.
I'll join
Okay.
as well. I'll mute myself. I love being the guinea pig.
Okay, before that, Sabine, I would just like to say something about women that you
Yes,
asked me
please.
before. I believe, I don't want to be, I believe both men and women are responsible to do that journey. But I believe anatomically, women are more, let's say it's more easy for them because of the anatomy of their physical body.
Mm.
The woman's body is in a constant cycle, it's in a constant change. So for women, it's more easy to die and rebirth. It's more easy to flow, let's say, and to change. Of course, men also have an inner woman and they can also develop that inner woman. But also, we see that in most of the spiritual communities and in this work, most of them are women. So, one of the reasons that women is good even to focus on that journey even more, authenticity, of course, and be honest, is because their body, their physical body, is going to help them. And of course, because also women are mothers, the women are going to educate their children. And depending on the quality of mothers that this planet has, we are going to have the next generation a good quality of generation. You know, of
Yes.
course, also men and fathers, I don't want to speak, I mean, both are responsible. But I believe that women need to wake up and step into the real power, not the authority, in the real power. And they can do it because of their anatomy, their physical body.
That should give you a lot of hope, ladies, because Agapi and I both work with women, and we totally get it. Like sometimes it's like the women are like, "How come the husband is not here and I'm doing all the work?" Well, it's because anatomically our body is kind of designed to do this inner work and to flow, and it's easier for us to change. And I really believe in what Agapi shared, that when you're able to shift and realign your own energy, the reality, the 3D reality start to change for you.
Okay, so let's go to the mini meditation.
Meditation,
So
yay!
let's
I
do a
will.
small journey into chakras.
All right. So
Okay.
let me share this now. Journey to the chakras, meditation. All right. Perfect. And I will mute myself.
How much time do I have?
You have about like less than 10 minutes.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. So I invite you to take a comfortable position, any position that you want. Close your eyes. Open your mouth. Relax your mouth. Take a deep breath and exhale. Take one more deep breath and exhale. And really relax in your body. So during all this process, it's extremely important that you breathe deep. Now let's begin our journey by placing our consciousness in different parts of our body. So place all your consciousness, all your attention in your right knee. All your attention has to be in the right knee. Nothing else exists but your right knee. So just go there and breathe. Feel, feel how it is to be in your right knee. And now go in your left foot, full on. Keep on breathing. All your attention inside your left foot. Be present inside your left foot, 100%. Take a deep breath. And now all your attention inside your first chakra, inside your genitals and the perineum, the part between the anus and the genitals. So be present there. Be 100% present there. Don't be a little bit there and a little bit somewhere else. 100% there in your first chakra. And breathe there. Forget other parts of your body. Only your first chakra exists. Relax that part of yourself. Feel from inside. Feel your genitals. Feel your anus. Feel the muscles. Feel the blood. Feel everything. It's yours. It's your body. And breathe. Now place your consciousness in your second chakra, around 3-4 fingers under your belly button, your low belly. You do exactly the same, 100% there. Breathe there. And the same, feel your intestines. Feel your womb if you're a woman. And breathe. Be there. Don't think, don't try to visualize any color, just forget everything about what you know about chakras. Just feel. Take a deep breath and go to your solar plexus. Go to your third chakra. And breathe. 100% there, present in your solar plexus. Always remember, nothing else exists, just the place where you are present and where you are inside. So feel what it is inside your body in that level. Feel your stomach. Feel the muscles. Feel the blood. Take a deep breath. And now go to your heart. Go into your heart chakra. Same thing. The whole universe is in your heart chakra. Nothing else exists. Be there, present, and relaxed. And breathe. Now go into your throat. Feel the throat from inside. Feel your body, feel your physical body, 100%. And breathe. Take a deep breath. Go to your third eye. Exactly the same. But in the third eye, we're going to add something. When you are in your third eye, at the same time, feel the first chakra. Feel your genitals and your third eye at the same time. Ground yourself and be in your third eye. Take a deep breath. And now let's just visit for a while the seventh chakra, the crown of the head. Exactly the same, 100% in your seventh chakra. Take a deep breath. We will not stay a lot here. And what we will do to finish, imagine that you're entering in an elevator from the seventh chakra and you go down again. You pass from the third eye. You pass from the throat. You go to the heart chakra and you stay there. If you're a woman, stay in your heart chakra. If you're a man, go one layer down and stop in the third chakra. You open the elevator and you access the chakra. So if you are a woman, be 100% in your heart chakra. Let it be your second mind, your brain. If you're a man, 100% in your solar plexus. And promise yourself, if it's possible, to live in that brain for at least half of the day, or for at least 2 minutes per day. Take a deep breath. Place your hands, if you're a woman, on your heart, if you're a man, on your solar plexus. Thank yourself for doing that for you. And when you're ready, open your eyes.
I am deep.
Well, this is
Thank
it.
you.
When we say be present, this is what we mean, nothing else. Be inside the body.
It's so nice. Very like relaxing, very nice. Love it. Love it. And I hope you're enjoying this as well. So Agapi, I really want to thank you. I'm feeling so drowsy and like theta state now.
Perfect.
I'm not sure if it's good to do this on live with like lights on my face. All right. Well, I really want to thank you for really spending your time. I know you really have a busy schedule, but you really created time to be here. And I hope that the situation will get better so that we can travel again, so you can come back to Thailand again. It would be so nice to have you back.
Yeah, I look forward to that. I miss
Yeah.
Thailand.
And for anybody who's listening to this call, if you've come this far, I really root and I really like say like it's, if you haven't done a session with Agapi yet, it's really worth for you to book a session, because this is not a coaching. This is not even like a meditation. She actually access your soul and the divine in you to really get like, what is the right answer? And she gives you a specific ritual that is for you to do it. And you have to do it during that certain period of time. And I know that so many people from the Mind, Body, Spirit Fair message me back saying that like they are blown away by your sessions, because it's so spiritual. And I think it really deals a lot with like the physical, the emotion, but also the energetic part. So I would really highly recommend, if you're already doing a lot of your physical work, your emotional work, then this is a really good one for you to try to kind of get that like that one push for you to do that like energetic work. And you can do this session beautifully with Agapi via Skype. I've done it with her already. Very effective. That's all I can say. And to book your session, just line us. Line us. If you don't use Line, you can simply message this page and I'll be able to share this with you. If you are sending a message directly to Agapi, please make sure you share that you're from this channel, because then you can transfer directly to the Thai bank account. So just let me know and just share that you're from Live with Love. And I really hope you get an opportunity to try this, because this is really life-changing for me as well. And every time you share, sometimes you share with me one small message and it was like, I really needed that. So I'm so happy to have you on the show, Agapi. Any last words you want to share to the people before we go off?
Well, yes, we are accessing into a new era, and it's going to be a beautiful era, a beautiful epoch, like a new period on this planet Earth. Uh, the most important tip, let's say, that will help you access that new world that is going to be a very high vibration is through the gates of senses.
Mm-hmm.
So don't forget to meditate through the senses of the physical body. Extremely important. You will remember me after. So just try every day to do a meditation, whether this is caressing your body for 2 minutes or listening to a beautiful song for 2 minutes, anything that has to do with your five senses. It is one of the biggest secrets that I have learned from a teacher, and it really helped me in my process. And it's going to help us in the process, in the epoch that is coming, because we are entering in the era of joy, pleasure, happiness. So
I totally agree.
I don't find
Yes.
a better way to find pleasure and happiness than our
I'm
five
all about
senses.
joy, pleasure, and happiness. So thank you, Agapi. And
Thank
before we
you.
go off, I really want to share with everyone that we now have a podcast. And obviously, I'm going to be inviting the great women who came on the show, the great men who came on the show onto the podcast. And if you are using podcast, it's actually available on Google Podcasts and also Spotify. So hopefully, Agapi, we can do this together one day via Zoom so that
Mhm.
I can upload it onto the podcast as well. So go ahead and also follow that. And remember, get yourself on this. Really important. I almost feel like it's, how do I say this? What Agape helped me with last year was like my final push. But wherever you are, sometimes you really need that message. And it's not a message about like, you're good enough. No, it's a message from the divine. And I feel like that's what really makes your session different from anyone that I've ever tried. And I've tried a lot of sessions in life. So I'm very excited about people who are booking with you, who are trying with you. And that's it. I guess we're going to say good night to everyone now.
Thank you, Sabina. Big thank you for
Thank you,
also
Agapi.
dedicating your time to me. Thank
Of
you.
course. Thank you, everyone who's watching with us. And
Thank
hopefully you
you.
can rewatch this and see you soon. Bye.
Ciao.